Hello, it's some dust or something. I'm here today to talk about the Iguanodon in Path of Titans. Now, the Iggy is a dino that, if you had asked me whether I would recommend it to like the everyday Path of Titans player, if you had asked me that question a few months ago, I probably would have said no. I would have said this thing's stats look great on paper, and it can be effective, but its stamina is just so bad that you're not going to be able to keep up with things, you're not going to be able to get away from things, except for in very short bursts. However, Path of Titans did a stamina rework recently that did a lot of favors for the Iggy, and now not only do I think you can play this thing, I think you absolutely should. This is a dinosaur that fits very snugly, in my opinion, with the sub-apexes, and if played correctly, can even give the apexes a run for their money. But before I jump the gun on anything, let's get into this thing's stats, its kit, and what makes it so incredible. So the Iguanodon is a large hadrosaurid herbivore. At least I think it's a hadrosaurid. You'll have to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it's a large herbivore. Now, how large? Well, its combat weight is 5,000. That is the same as a stegosaurus. However, it has some more bulk than the stegosaurus thanks to its HP, which is 200 points higher. This thing has the same HP as an eotrike. Not only that though, it's not just bulky, it's also fast. Like, I'm not running a speed Iggy, but its default sprint speed is 1000. 1000 is a very respectable sprint. And like I said, with the stamina rework, while its stamina still isn't incredibly good, you can at least hang in there for longer. You can run things down easier, you have a better chance of getting away. As if all of that wasn't enough, the Iggy, if I go up here to the pond, is actually pretty decent in the water. You can't dive or anything, at least not yet, but if I go in, I go to where it's deep enough. The swim speed really isn't that bad. The stamina drains a little quickly, but you can get around faster than a lot of other terrestrial dinosaurs in the water. All this considered makes the Iggy a fantastic dino for traveling, as long as you keep in mind you do weigh a lot, you're not going to want to take any fall damage. Whenever it comes to attacks on this thing, you can see I am running a thumb attack. That is something that is special to the Iggy, as well as a back kick that is also pretty heavy on stamina usage. But you do have a few different options in that regard, so we're going to go through the abilities here. There is a senses slot with nothing in it quite yet. For the front limb, all you have is the stab. This is sort of your basic attack. Claw attack that causes bleed. Thanks to your high combat weight, this does a pretty respectable amount of damage, and any bleed is nice. You should note as well that there is a secondary slot for the front limb. When it comes to metabolism, pretty cut and dry. You have herbivore or you have forager if you want that higher food drain and being able to eat things like acorns. If we go to the hide, you have tough scoots, increases armor by 15%, or you can run lightweight scales, increases speed by 10%, decreases turn speed by 25%. You can kind of offset that here. When it comes to your legs, you have web feet, increases swim speed by 10% and decreases swim stamina drain by 20%, or traction, increases turning speed by 20%, decreases stamina recovery by 30%, or sorry, 20. No, 30. On the back limb, you have two choices. You can run charge. Charge forward in a line, causing damage to anything you hit, as well as a back kick, which is what I'm running right now. Causes medium damage, costs some stamina. And on the tail slot, you can run either paddle tail or tail attack. The tail attack does cause knockback, and paddle tail increases swim speed and turning speed. So why do I run this thing the way I do? Well, first of all, there are two different ways I think you can run this thing very effectively. Honestly, it's a good all-around dinosaur, but if you wanted to run it to really spec into one of this thing's strong suits, you can either run it full speed, you pick the speed subspecies and the lightweight scales. You probably want to run like traction as well on the legs, or you can run bulky. You run tough scoots, you go with the defensive subspecies, and I think either of those are actually very effective. The speedy one, you get around just fine. This thing, like I said, its sprint speed is 1000, which is nothing to scoff at. Of course, it's not as fast as something like a Styra, but it's not bad at all. You really lean into that and you can get cooking. You can really stay on top of things if you want to. And of course, with the defensive, with your high combat weight, with your very decent health at 800, if you lean into this thing's defensive capabilities, you can tank a lot of stuff. Now, when it comes to attacks, you have quite a few options there. As I mentioned, the thumb, talk dumb, get the thumb, you know, that's this thing's way of life. So whenever it comes to your front-facing attacks, that's what you get. On the back end, you can run a tail attack. If you don't want to run the paddle tail to help you out in the water, you can run the tail attack, which doesn't use stamina and causes knockback. Pretty nice. However, I prefer that back kick, even though it's very heavy on the stamina, as you see there, the same way that it is on something like a Sturaco, if that even has it anymore, I don't even remember. Alberta, you know, some of those dinos that also have a back kick. Heavy on stamina, but the damage output is just ridiculous. If you can catch somebody, so you're hitting with that thumb in the front, you know, you're doing this, they try to come up behind you, you hit them with that, it is going to sting. I don't care what they're playing. You get a headshot with that, they are going to feel it. I have one-shot certain dinosaurs with that ability. And it uses stamina, but as long as you're not abusing your stamina, you should be okay. You notice I'm running that, and since I'm running that, I'm also running a more aquatic build. I don't necessarily recommend running the aquatic build, at least not yet. It sounds like they're potentially going to lean more into this thing's aquatic capabilities, but for now, you're just pretty decent at outswimming terrestrial dinosaurs. You know, things like a Meg or a Suco or a duck, any kind of subaquatic is going to keep up with you, no problem in the water. But terrestrials, you can get away from. You know, you can use bodies of water to get away. Maybe swim to an island to heal or whatever. That's a pretty niche use. I was just specking into it to kind of try it out. I'd probably recommend going with traction. You know, with those. Might as well grab the paddle tail, though, if you are running the kick. I don't see a reason why you would run the kick and the tail, personally. But just my opinion there. Okay, so we've gone through this thing's kit, talked about its stats a little bit. Now I guess we can get into the calls and animations, starting with the... Actually, no, let me get a little more cinematic here. These two are questing. Cute. Starting with the broadcast. Then you have your heart call, your aggro, your alert, your low call, and for animations you have a shake it off, as they all do. If I can get to look at me a little bit. You have a look around. Really like this one. And you have a stretch. Kind of looks like a cat. I dig that. So, pretty straightforward, the usual kind of stuff. Now, if we go into this thing's skins, the skins are where it really shines. This is currently a female Iguanodon. This is Inga that I'm running on now. If I could go back in time, I would have made it a male because these skins look so much greater on males. But starting off, you got the default. I actually really like this one. I like the stripes on the face. Really cool. You can also run Bard. You can run Backer. Blue Nose. Blue Rowan. Lamp, this is a really cool one. This is one that you'll see a lot of Iggies running. Meadow. Sandstone. I guess that's variegated. This is an awesome skin. This is 8K if I remember right, but it's definitely worth it. It's so cool. Melanistic, albino, and mango if you want to be a fruit roll up. Juicy drop pop. I don't know. If you want to be a kind of a fruity looking dinosaur, you go with the mango. But that about does it for the Iguanodon. I think this thing sticks very solidly in the sub-apex tier at the moment. I mean, you destroy Allos. Sucos have a hard time dealing with you. As long as you're not letting the Stego hit you repeatedly in the head and kite you, you beat Stego too. You have the extra bulk, the attack power is there. I mean, none of the mid-tiers are going to have an easy time coming at you. Even Apexes, Apexes would be a tough thing for an Iggy to do, but I don't see it outside of the realm of possibility, especially with your speed and with your stamina being better now. You definitely can punch up if you get some practice in with this thing. I highly recommend it. I think this thing has grown leaps and bounds, and I don't think they're done with it. Obviously, there are some slots in the works still, so this thing has more yet to come that we have not even seen yet. But that about does it for the Iguanodon and Path of Titans. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out, and have a great day.